We're live.
We're live.
Hey, it's Chris, Homestead and Hoy, coming at you with a brand new microphone. And I'm going to go ahead and apologize in advance. There's somebody shooting a rifle over here across the woods. There's roosters crowing. There's a dog going to take off barking in a minute, and there might even be a jet fighter. But it is what it is. Today we're going to talk about old line / heritage breed / I don't know what the end term is right now for a semi-lard type dog. For most of my life, we called them heritage breed hogs. Then I think the small breed people stole heritage breed, and then people started calling them old line. And I'm not even sure what the proper term would be. It kind of won't ever a thing with us anyway. But what I'm talking about is a breed of hog. Well, it's really any breed. It's a type of it. It's a type, not a breed. It's going to have, in our case, and we're going to take you around and show you several examples. But what we shoot for is about 1 inch of back fat on a 280-pound pig. And what it'll do is it'll give you plenty of fat. And you've heard this before if you watch videos. It'll give you plenty of fat to make fat back, to make lard, cook your crackers, and it'll give you some fine marbling in the pork chops. Now, when I say fine marbling, I'm talking about if you held the pork chop up, it'd look like you took your pocket knife and scored little thin white lines through this pork chop. Not big, white as your finger streaks of fat. That's a big turnoff. Your average customer don't like a pork chop. It's meat, strip of fat, piece of meat, and another strip of fat. They want all the meat kind of localized in that medallion. And they want little thin streaks of fat through the meat. We talked about it at the slaughterhouse. What was selling the best, what the customers wanted just even 2 days ago. They don't want the big wide streaks. They want little fat. They dissolve. They want the fat to dissolve when you cook the pork chop. And the pig you need to do that with is, by our terminology, a semi-lard type pig. And we're going to take you around because we have some pigs here we can do it in one breed. We're going to take you around and show you the difference between type and breed. The fact that you can have different types in the same breed. And if you'll come down here. Here and concentrate on this spotted pig. That's an American spot. And one of the running jokes we've got around here now is we've had those pigs. I can go in the house and get some pictures of the same hog, same bloodline my daddy had in the 50s. Same pigs. We've had them pigs right there long enough they changed the name on us 3 times. They were originally called a spotted Poland China. Then it became a spotted hog. Now they're an American spot. But she's a pretty good example. She's 200 plus pounds. You can't tell they're down the hill and in the hole and everything else, so they look small. But she's 200 plus pounds. She's got about 1 inch back fat. Now we're going to take you down here to the other pig pens and show you a couple more, and we're going to end up with a full-on lard type. All right, same bloodline.
She's camera shy. There she is.
That's even better. You don't need to see her. Same bloodline. At about, I'm going to say 650, 700 pounds. You see the finish on that hog. Semi-lard type. Cross with a do-rock. A lot of times you hear people call them a red spot. Semi-lard type. She's about 600 pounds. And that pig right there, if you cleaned her right now, she'd have about 2 inches of back fat. 2.5 at the most. And come down here and we'll show you the some archaic genetics. Right. All right. You know, we tell you all the time, these pigs are down in the hole, you can't tell how big they are. But he's on even ground with me right now. That's about 700-pound bull. And I don't know if you can see how much taller he is in the fence. I know a lot of times you look at them, they're lowered in the fence. It's because it's dug down 6 inches. And of course we're trying to do a video, so this thing won't cooperate. But just to give you an indication, that's what she's done to my slab at the feed tank. So
That got her attention. That's a big girl right there.
there's your 900-pound hog there. Now that's an American spot. She's the same breed. She's actually some of the same genetics. At least half. That's a full-on lard type. And I know somebody maybe can't really tell the difference. But if you can get, you may walk back around here, but if you can get a shot of her neck.
She's got triple chins.
And see, that's the beauty of everything being on sand. It looks like that's a complete utter mud mess, but it's just wet sand. See how she ain't sinking in? It's just wet like at the beach. But that's a full-on lard. Now, if you don't feed them that heavy, if you kill them, I don't know, less than 300 pounds, they're not too bad. If you run that like they used to do in the old days, you run that hog up to 450 pounds, the lard's gonna be the main thing you get off. But what we do is we breed the full lard types to our more bacon type boars. We tend to have fatter sows and leaner boars. And what you end up with in the final cross is something just about perfect. And we grade our pork by carcass grade, by customer feedback. And like I said, most of what we hear, occasionally somebody wants one of these. Occasionally somebody's wanting pigs to feed out heavy and gonna process them themselves, and that's what they want is a full lard type hog. But it's kind of minority. Most people want the leaner pig. Not too lean. Because remember, fat's flavor. You want an inch of fat. You want that much fat. You want a line of fat around the pork chops. You want enough fat when you make the sausage. You got plenty of fat in the sausage. But you don't really want this as a general rule unless you're doing a specialty thing. Unless lard is a big concern. And since nobody cooks with lard anymore, a lot of this pig would get wasted. Unless you make a deer sausage out of it, you know. I just wanted to show you, because we talk about the difference between breed and type a lot. For what we're doing, type matters more than breed. Just because you buy a spot, or you buy a Duroc, or you buy a Hampshire, doesn't mean you could get the ultra modern, super lean, what we call show pig, that there's not enough fat on to make the sausage. You could get something about like we run, that's just about right. You can get something that's too fat. You can get something that's what they call a small type. There's a small type and a large type. And these old pig breeds, there's, you know, the bigger ones, and there were some tended to run bigger, some tended to run smaller. Think beagles. How there's big beagles and little beagles. Then you got the full. See, this is archaic genetics here. This ain't old line. This is ancient line. This is 1930s. 1930s, 1940s. If you go back and look at the old pictures of the hogs that won the fair in 1935, that's what they look like. In 1950, if you look at the pig that won the fair, they look like that boy. So that's kind of where you want to be. It's somewhere in the middle between the modern lean hog and the archaic super fat hog. And that's going to go by type, not breed. And then, of course, always remember, you crossbreed, you're going to do better. I mean, we see that every day. 2- and 3-way crosses outgrow, outdo. They're just hybrid vigor's a thing. And but maybe that'll help you out, and maybe that's something that'll do you some good. And you can do all this stuff, you just can't do it thinking about it. You'll never plow a field or turn it over in your mind. And I appreciate you watching, and Happy New Year.